The first time Mia heard the piano, her father was shouting so loud the walls shook. She curled under the blanket on the floor, clutching her backpack to her chest, trying to breathe through the noise. Her father's boots stomped across the room above. Something glass shattered. Then, for a moment, silence. That was when she heard it. Not yelling, not breaking. A single note. Soft, clear, like someone pressed a memory into a key and let it ring through the dark. She sat up slowly, heart pounding. The note echoed, then fell quiet. Then came another, this one lower, longer, then three in a row hesitant, like steps on thin ice, then a rush of chords, rough but rich, spilling out like someone trying to say something they hadn't said in years. Mia crossed the room, barefoot, and opened her window. The cold night air slapped her cheeks. Across the alley, past a dying yard and a caved-in fence, sat the old brick house, number 306. Everyone said it was empty, boarded windows, no mailbox, ivy choking the porch railing. But tonight, behind those dark windows, someone was playing the piano. By the second night, Mia was waiting. Not for sleep, not for the shouting, for 12:04. Right on time, the music started again, a trembling waltz that rose and fell like the ocean. She didn't understand all the notes, but she understood the feeling. It sounded lonely. It sounded tired. It sounded like someone who hadn't spoken out loud in years and suddenly remembered how. She curled up on the windowsill with her knees to her chest and just listened. Her fingertips twitched with every chord. Her mind filled in the next bars like a conversation. By the third night, she was writing answers in melody. Just 4 measures at first, a soft idea in pencil on scrap paper balanced on a cereal box. By the 5th night, she had a whole notebook. She wasn't sure if it was a game or a dream or maybe something braver than both, but she knew she had to try. On the 6th morning, she walked across the alley. The porch creaked under her sneakers. Flakes of old white paint stuck to her fingers as she gripped the railing. She knocked with her knuckles twice. The door opened just enough to show a pair of sharp gray eyes, heavy brows, and a tired face carved from time. What? It wasn't a question. I live across the alley, Mia said quietly. I hear your music. It's beautiful. The man blinked. I don't play anymore, he said flatly. But I heard. You heard wrong. Slam. The porch shook. A curtain in the window dropped closed like a guillotine. Mia stood there for a moment, cheeks burning, before walking away. But that night, the music came again. And this time, she knew what to do. She chose her favorite melody, one she'd written during recess last fall, sitting alone while the others laughed too far away to hear her. It was clumsy, honest, a little off balance, like walking for the first time. She copied it neatly onto a sheet, tucked it in a clear sleeve, and taped it gently to the edge of the porch railing. No name, no message, just music. She didn't expect anything. But that night, at exactly 12:04, the piano played. Her melody. It started soft, a single key, pressed and held, like he was weighing it in his hands. Then came the next. Then her full line, slightly slower, stretched into space with aching patience. Then he added left-hand chords, underneath, warm, protective, steady, like footsteps beside hers. By the third measure, she had tears in her eyes. By the last, she was crying. He hadn't just played her song. He had understood it. She lay awake until morning, staring at the ceiling, her heart full in ways she couldn't name. That was the night she realized something. She didn't have to be in the same room to speak with someone, and she didn't need words to finally be heard. The next morning, she left another sheet. This one bolder full of movement, like wind catching the edge of a kite. At the bottom, she scribbled, "Can you play this?" Then added a quick smiley face, a dare. That night, the piano answered. He played it once steady, no flourishes. Then again faster. Then again backwards. Mia burst out laughing, hands over her mouth. She didn't even hear her father muttering in the next room. She didn't notice the cold. That moment, the game, the challenge, the joy was louder than anything else, and it was hers. Days passed like this. No names, no voices. Just melodies left in sunlight and answered in darkness. Sometimes she wrote light, bouncy pieces. Sometimes slower ones, full of questions. Every time he answered not with corrections but with depth. He didn't erase her. He lifted her. Once she sent a messy waltz she couldn't quite finish. The next night he completed it perfectly and added a gentle tag at the end. This was always in you. Mia kept that page under her pillow. But on the 12th night, the music never came. 12:04 passed, then 1 o'clock. Only silence. She waited at the window with her knees pulled to her chest. No notes. No light in the house across the alley, not even a shadow. She tried again the next night. Still nothing. On the 3rd night, she couldn't stand it any more. She crossed the alley. Whoa! Taped to the porch was her last page, untouched. She reached for it, hands trembling, when the door creaked open behind her. The man stood there paler, smaller somehow, leaning on a cane, wearing an old gray sweater. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said quietly. Mia didn't move. "I thought maybe you—" "I almost did," he said simply. Then after a pause, "But your music wouldn't let me." His voice cracked a little, like an old hinge. "I used to teach. A long time ago, my wife and I, we played together. Then she got sick. I stopped everything, closed the house, stopped talking, until you showed up with your crooked little measures and kicked in the damn silence." He smiled the kind of smile that breaks just before it reaches the eyes. Mia took a step closer. "I don't have lessons. I just write what I feel." "That's the only kind worth writing." He stepped aside. "Come in. Let's play one together." The house was small, sparse, but the piano in the front room, worn, missing ivory on 3 keys, was polished with care. Mia sat on the left. He sat on the right. They began with one of hers, slow, uncertain. She fumbled. He adjusted. Then he passed it to her. Let her lead. It wasn't perfect. It was better. It was real. Spring came. On her birthday, Mia found a package on the steps. Inside, a photo, a small key, and a folded letter. The photo showed a younger version of the man, arm around a smiling woman in a wheelchair, both laughing beside the same piano. The note said, "She would have loved your music. So do I. Keep the key. You always have a seat here." The next evening, Mia sat on the porch bench alone this time and began to play. From across the alley, windows lit up, and someone listened. You don't always have to speak to be heard. Sometimes a single brave note is enough to open every locked door. Have you ever connected with someone without saying a word? Tell us in the comments, what's the one song that says everything you can't? Your story might inspire someone else.